We're getting arrested. Yeehaw! Hi everyone. Welcome back to Gabbin with Gab. We're on episode 30, which is absolutely bonkers to me. There's been like 32 weeks of this year because I missed 1 week a while back and then I missed last week, and I want to apologize to everyone. I made it seem like I was gonna have this big episode for episode 30. That didn't happen. So what happened was I went to Florida last week with all my cousins. We were staying in a house, and I was planning on having one of my cousins on the show with me, and then it was really hot. Everyone was super tired and cranky, and I was like, this is not the time. Like there was literally no time when we were all just like having free time and like wanting to talk to each other. Like either we were out at stores or we were so heat exhausted that we went straight to sleep. So I didn't get a chance to have him on. So that will come eventually, that episode. That will come out one day, but just not today. And then, so the trip was from like Monday to Thursday, and since I had like the original plan that I was gonna do that episode with him, I didn't pre-record anything, so I just had no episode last week. So I just wanted to apologize to everyone, but it was kind of a well-needed break because a lot of things happened between last episode and this episode. So we're going to dive right into it. And yeah, I just wanted to thank you guys for joining me. So let's get started. I just drank soda, so I feel like I might be burping a lot during this episode. And if I am, I'm going to be so annoyed. So if you hear me getting like madder and madder, it's just like with like no understanding why. It's probably just because I can't stop burping. But let's see. Let's hope. Because I just had some soda. I had Dr. Pepper. So let's just pray that this episode isn't me having like a fucking burp-a-lanch through the whole episode. First off, I want to like get a different song for my intro because like it kind of annoys me. Like I don't know if it's just because like I was never really a fan of it, not gonna lie. Like it was like just the best of my options, but I really want to find one that's like good, and I want to change my intro song. But that's just that. Anyways, I have big news. I'm so excited to share with you guys. I haven't been able to share it with you guys yet, but I finally got an LLC. I'm starting a clothing brand in the end of September, so I'm very excited for you guys to be on this journey with me. I'm literally so excited. Like, it's a little stressful, not gonna lie, but it's not done yet. But one of the biggest steps of me getting my LLC, that took months to get to that point where I was able to get it. So it just came in the mail today, and it's like in like a cute like binder and everything with like my name in gold writing on the side. And there's still a few things I have to do and like some legal stuff, but that's like one step, and I'm like super excited about that. And I'm really excited to share all of that information with you guys when it's officially like coming out. We have a tentative launch date of September 21st, the first day of fall. That's pretty much all I can share right now because that's all that's figured out. I'm having a designer draw up my first design because I know exactly what I want, but I don't have the art skills to back it up. Like I need like a Bluetooth printer connected to like my brain where it could just like automatically print out exactly what I'm envisioning. Like it's kind of annoying because like I can't draw it, so I have to like really explain it. But I'm very excited. So I'm very like, if you can't tell, I'm excited. But that was one really good news that I want to say with all of you and share it with you guys because you guys are important to me and I want to fill you in on all my milestones. This episode today, it's going to be just like kind of like a recap, and we're also going to focus a little bit on mental health. So I'll have some stories, but then also have some like real shit that we're talking about. So it's an everything episode. I love everything episodes. It's really just whatever I gotta talk about, like, I'll talk about. I love talking to you guys because it's just, I can say whatever. I'm very excited for this episode. Even though there's nothing planned, like, I have, like, just ideas of what happened, so. And the first thing that I want to, like, discuss, besides, like, my news and everything, before I get into talking about, like, what happened on my vacation and everything like that. Right now, I am so annoyed at my best friend's boyfriend because we're all going to, like, there's a group chat with the potluck for tomorrow, and this man texts, did anyone get drinks? My dumbass didn't process, like, it was in a text from a while ago, like, oh, bring drinks, food, blah, 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 like, whatever. So, but then everyone's talking about, like, food they're bringing, so I'm thinking automatically, like, oh, I have to bring food. He texts today after I already made the thing that I'm bringing. I made banana bread, and it's in the oven right now, like, the dishes are, like, in the sink, like, I've already made a mess. And he says, did anyone get drinks? Alex, fuck you. Fuck you. Because I would have picked the drink option. If you would have texted this yesterday, I would have went to Costco today instead of going to Stop and Shop. And I would have just got a thing of soda. And then my life would be done. Not done, but not my life. But, like, my job would have been done, and I could have gotten on with my life. Instead, I'm also making chocolate chip cookies. Because I don't know if everyone likes banana bread. So, I already committed to the bit. And then you text it, fuck you. I feel like I'm always like, oh my god, that episode, I'm going to talk about it again. I hope he's listening to this. The episode where I put the people on the bottom of the food chain, and I said, oh, my best friend's boyfriend's going to get real mad about me for this one. He got real mad at me, and it was really funny. He sent me a text from her phone, and he was like, I don't know if I talked about this, but if this is already out on the internet, oh well. Oh, fuck, it's not on this phone. Oh, that's another thing I want to talk to you guys about. Let me put that on my list. But he pretty much said that if I had taste, I would respect country music and, like, this whole thing. It was really funny, and I was peeing my pants. But yeah, Alex, I'm done with you now. Okay, I had my I yelled at you. I'm gonna yell at you probably tomorrow, too. Let's be honest. Okay, also speaking of messy, I was just on TikTok literally, like, 5 minutes ago. And I love messy TikToks. I literally love them. And Bryn from Dance Mom, she did, like, the one where it's like, this is my boyfriend. And, like, her friend did it, too. Like, they were, like, together. This is my boyfriend. This is my husband. This is my sneaky link. Like, that TikTok sound. Hold on.
Husband. Sneaky link. Side boob. Friends with benefits. Sugar daddy. Fiance.
My phone was actually still open to it. But so, and it's like with a bunch of different guys, and it was so funny, and I was like, this is so messy, and I love it so fucking much. Like, messy TikTok is honestly some of my favorite TikTok. Like, it's so entertaining, because it's like other people's drama. I also saw this one today. Why is my TikTok so messy today? But it was this one, it was like this kid making fun of his cousin, and like literally, like, he was like, copying my cousin until like she stops making cringy TikToks or something like that, and it was so funny. And then I found the original. It was hilarious. And then like she did it again, and she was like, this means war, and she like tagged him. So funny. Like, I love messy TikTok so much. And since we're speaking about messy, another messy thing, I watched The Idol because I got a 7-day free trial for HBO Max on my Prime account. This is exactly what I did with Euphoria. And because I didn't want to pay a $15 charge just to watch one fucking show. So I watched The Idol. Justice for Leia, because she was spot on the money every fucking time, and no one ever listened to her. This poor girl. She was so, like, underrated and disrespected throughout the show. Like, I watched her. She was in Bodies, 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 too. I don't know the actress's name, but I loved her character on that, too. Like, and they killed her off. Like, fuck all. Fuck everyone that was, like, disrespecting her. The disrespect on her name right now. That was so fucked up. And then she left. Oh, sorry, spoiler alert. I probably should have said that before. But yeah, like, that show just, I get so, like, ugh. I don't even have words. But, like, that show is a little confusing at some points, though. I feel like they should have, like, not really confusing, but I feel like they just didn't explain certain things that they could have went into deeper detail with. Like, Jocelyn's darker side, I wanted to know what the note Leia wrote to Joss was. Like, I wanted there to be, like, a little, where she finds it and they read it, like, a little scene like that. Yeah, like, I feel like there's just a few things they could have done better, but the music from the show is abso-fucking-lutely amazing. Love the soundtrack. Like, if this was all just a thing for the weekend to make music, someone said this on TikTok, and I totally agree. They're like, the best thing that came out of the show is the weekend's new music. Facts. Like, if this is all we gotta do to get this man to produce new music is put him on a show, let's put him on every single fucking show that we can. Like, Okay, let's circle back to the whole thing where I was gonna pull up that text. I can't because, so, like 2 weeks ago, I went to Topgolf with my friends, and we already had bad luck with water since we got there. So we're all the way on the end, on the second floor. We're on the very end of the thing, like the row. So the first thing, we all, like, order waters. First thing that happens, the waitress spills water. She cleans it up. But that was our first sign. Like, it's like third time's a fucking charm. Then, my best friend, Sonia, knocks over my water onto the floor. We clean that up. Whatever. Then, here's the third time's the charm. So, since you have, like, the hour, we were done with, like, the second game with, like, 10, 15 minutes left. So, we're like, oh, let's just start a new game, because, like, why fucking not? And then, so one kid that was there, Sonia threw him a ball, and then he hit it, like, when it was in the air. Then her boyfriend didn't do it. And then he was the reason I fucking did this, too, because he tries to, like, save the golf ball. So then, after seeing him do that, because she goes up to me, she's like, Gabby, if I throw it, will you try and hit it? And I'm like, yeah, of course. So then my brain is like, oh, I have to save the ball, even though we have, like, 100 balls we could use. Like, we're not playing an actual second game. Then, my cup is on the corner of the table. Thank fucking God no one's sitting on the bench behind it. I go to save it, and I hit it backwards. And somehow this was my best swing of the whole fucking night. I hit the golf ball into a plastic cup. It's like the plastic cups you get at, like, a restaurant, like Applebee's or, like, the diner. I hit it into that cup, broke the fucking cup. Water spilled all over the table. And then, meanwhile, Alex picks up his phone, wipes it off. I'm thinking he's a fucking idiot for doing this. Man was honestly a genius for that. Me and Sonia were both talking about this later. We're like, that was a little dramatic. But, like, at the time, we were thinking that. But no, because, like, I've taken my phone, like, I didn't think anything of it, because I've taken my phone as, like, the pool, like, the shower, like, they're water resistant. Like, I've dropped my phone in water, like, I didn't think it was that big of a deal. So then, I go home. I saw there was, like, a little bit of water in my case, but again, I still wasn't thinking anything of it. And then the next day, I'm at work, and my phone looks like it's having an exorcism. Like, the colors are all inverted. It started off with one thin green line going down the screen. Then it just got worse and worse and worse progressively throughout the day. So then I had to go to Target and get a new phone, because, like, my phone literally just completely stopped working. It was so bad. I was like, oh my God. Like, I went to the tech guy, and even he says, oh shit. I was like, great. And now I know my phone's really fucked up. So now I have a new phone. And then, okay, with this new phone, I got, like, have to sign in into everything again. So I had a TikTok account for my clothing brand. Now, I don't remember what email I used to log in with it. TikTok is being so useless with the recover your account, because it's like either use email or Google, and it's just showing me like 4 or 5 stars at the top. I'm like, can you just give me a hint? Like, okay, so I use a Gmail account. What Gmail account? I have like 10 million. Like, I really don't know. Oh, I think I might know. I'll have to try that later. But yeah, so I'm like, I did like the I really need support thing. And shut up. Sorry. Like, I really was like, I really need support. Like, can someone help me? Like, you're being useless. Let's see. Recover your account. Let's look and see. TikTok username. Yeah, it just shows like 6 stars at the top. And it's like, choose a method to verify your identity. Like, that does me no good. Can you just fucking, like, fix my account? Because, like, I don't even have, like, the email logged in. Like, I don't have all the emails. Hold on, let's see. I think I figured out the Gmail. Solid. Oh my god, guys, I think I figured it out. Guys, I figured it out. I'm so happy I figured this out. Hello, can I get that email? You wanna fucking work? So annoying. I hate when my email doesn't, like, load. There we go. Oh my gosh, I'm so happy right now. This is actually working. This is one less thing on my stress list. Guys, I recovered the account. I'm so happy. Oh my god, that made me so freaking happy that I just recovered this account. Because I've just tried to do that since, like, 1 o'clock. So, I'm very, very happy. Okay, let's get into the actual things that I want to talk about today. But I'm very, very happy that I just fixed that account. But TikTok, you guys need to work on that better. You have to learn how to give me a hint. Because I have so many sign-ins. I need a little bit of help. Like, fuck off. I'm going to change that email to the right email now. Because that was terrible. I also had to make a whole ass different notes app just for, like, which TikTok account uses what fucking sign-in. Like, which one uses, like, a Google sign-in and what specific Google sign-in. Which one uses my phone number. Which one uses my Apple. Because I have so many fucking TikTok accounts, I literally can't even tell you. Like, and I also have so many Gmail accounts, too. So it really is very unhelpful. Like, for my regular TikTok, there was this one email that I created on, like, my old computer before I broke it. I honestly do manifest my, like, electronics breaking when I want a new one. Like, it's not on purpose that they break. But deep down, like, I feel like I do break them on purpose. Because last year, like, the beginning of my fall semester for college, I was like, ugh, my laptop, like, I hate it. It's so big and bulky and blah, blah, blah. And this computer was, like, maybe, like, 2-3 years old. And it fucking, like, the second day of school, I'm in, like, a little office area, and it breaks. And, like, then I bring it home, and I had to try and get my dad to fix it. He couldn't fix it, but then, so I got to pick out my own laptop that I wanted. And I got a nice thin one, and, like, a small one. But one thing that's annoying about that one is at the bottom, like, you know, where, like, the little, like, trackpad is, like, underneath on the bottom part, it's, like, soft. Like, you can click it. Like, not soft, but you can click it. So sometimes it fucks up, like, what I'm doing. Because I accidentally, like, click it underneath. It's very weird. It's really hard to explain. But it's a little bit annoying. But other than that, like, I really like it. And now I usually just take my iPad to school for classes. So it's a lot easier. Because I usually have, like, nails on, too. So then just using a pen, like an Apple pen, is a lot easier than trying to fucking type. It takes so much longer when I try to type with nails than write. But then, yeah, so then I was also thinking to myself before I broke the other phone, I was like, oh my god, like, I really want a new phone, but I don't really feel like getting a new phone yet because it's, like, so expensive, blah, blah. Kind of got thrown into it, so now I got a new phone. I really feel like I do manifest these things because it's right when I think about them. Okay, let's get into the travel stories. Okay, so I went to St. Augustine for, like, 4 days. And it was low-key, like, a torture week. Not gonna lie. Because it was so fucking hot. I don't know how Floridians do it. But also, we were outside an excessive amount of time. And it was, like, the bayou, it felt like. Well, it really was. It was, like, we go to West Palm, so it's not, like, as, like, hot. But it was so fucking hot. And we had all of our dogs with us. So then it was just chaos after chaos. So it's either them barking or the last day we had to check out of the Airbnb like at 10 a.m. But our flights weren't till 7 p.m. So we had them with us like all day. And so there was like limited amount of things we could do. So we were outside most of that time. And it was so fucking hot. Like, the last day, we were literally so all cranky and heat exhausted. So getting there, like, there was no problems. Like, we got on the plane, whatever. Everything went well, smoothly. We got to the airport. We had to drive, like, an hour and a half from Jacksonville Airport just to St. Augustine. And then we got to the house. And me and my aunt, we always share a room every time we go away. And we always like the rooms that share a bed because we're always, like, scared that there's going to be someone trying to kill us. Like, we want to be, like, able to just reach over and be like, yo, like, did you hear that? Like, it just makes us feel safer. So then we had the only fucking bedroom that was downstairs. And it was, like, not even, like, a real bedroom. Like, there was just a bed in it, but, like, I feel like it used to be, like, an office because there was, like, a glass door, and they just put a curtain up to make it, like, a bedroom, and it's right next to the front door. I was like, this is absolutely terrifying. Like, we would lock the door, but that doesn't do any good. Someone, if they really want to get in that room, they just break the glass and unlock it. Like, bruh, I've seen too many. I know it's terrible because the week before, I watched all the Scream movies. So then, like, I already have this in my mind. And one night, like, we came home for dinner, so there's, like, 8 of us. Try and think. Yeah, there was 8 of us. So, like, 4 people, like, the 4 adults, like, we're all adults, but, like, the 4 parents were in, like, one car, and then, like, all the, like, technically the kids were in another car. So all the kids come home, and the parents are still fucking at the restaurant, like, taking their sweet-ass time. And, like, I have, like, 2 of my aunt's locations. So, and then all of my cousins go up to their rooms upstairs. So I'm stuck downstairs with 2 of the dogs. One of the dogs won't stop barking, and our neighbor, there was no, like, actual neighbor, but the neighboring house, like, it was, like, abandoned or almost, like, under construction, something. It was terrifying. And they're, like, barking. There's so many windows in this house. The ones in the kitchen, like, don't have curtains. And then the back doors don't have blinds or curtains or on them, anything. So then I'm literally terrified. Like, I'm like, this is exactly what happened in the fucking opening movie in Scream. Like, abso-fucking-lutely not. So then they're taking so fucking long to get home. Like, originally I was fine just in, like, our room because all the curtains were, like, closed and everything. Like, it was, like, a little contained space. The minute one of the dogs started barking, it's, like, nonstop. So, like, I gave her food, and then it was, like, she was still barking, and like, she's barking near that window. I'm, like, standing in the dining room. I'm, like, I'm not coming into that kitchen. Like, whatever you're barking about, you're gonna have to wait. Like, because it's not like it was near a door, like, she had to go out. She already went out. Like, the dogs were ready, went to the bathroom outside. Whatever. So she's just barking and barking. I'm like, girl, whatever it is, hold your questions, comments, and concerns until everyone else gets home. Like, I was so scared. And they were all asleep upstairs. So I was like, this is exactly how every fucking horror movie starts. The one bitch is left alone in the creepy house. Like, I'll send the murderer right up to your guys' room first. I'll be like, please go kill them first because this is just fucked up. I'm not gonna be the first one killed off. Absolutely not. And then we were sitting in the living room, because then finally, like, all the adults come home, so then we're sitting in the living room, and I'm talking to two of them, and, like, I made them stay down with me until I was able to take a shower, because the bathroom was being used. I was like, I'm terrified right now. Like, I was following them, like, right behind them. I was, like, when I get scared, this happens all the time. Like, if I get scared by something, like, you'll be able to tell. Because there's been a few times when I would be, like, at a 7-Eleven with, like, my dad, and I'd be, like, scared, or, like, by, like, the people in there, like, it'll be a sketchy 7-Eleven, and I'll be, like, literally up his ass, and, like, he'll start walking away. I'm like, stop walking away from me. Like, are you trying to get me murdered? Like, what is this? So, yeah, that house was really creepy. And I didn't like that it was, like, a code to get in, because the codes don't get changed. Like, those codes don't get changed, really. Like, I hate when it's codes. That's terrifying. Like, I would rather, like, a lockbox with a key in it, that there's a code to get that, and then but still, like, Airbnbs kind of scare me. I'm not a big fan of Airbnbs. I don't really, like, I don't know. It creeps me out that everyone's had access to it. Like, you don't know who's had access to that house before you. Like, that terrifies me. I prefer hotels with clean sheets, and I know it's not ghosts. So then, continuing on with the travel story, because of course it's not done. So the last day was really, like, hell. So it was hot, it was, like, outside all day, very cranky, whatever. Then we get our drive back to the airport, and, like, my head already started hurting. And then, so my head was already hurting from, like, the heat exhaustion. And then, like, I was very stressed out because I knew I had to go into work all day because I was covering someone else, too. So then, because she's away, too. So then, I was going to have to work 12 hours straight by myself on Friday. And we got home, we were supposed to get home midnight on Thursday. So I was like, there's just no break. So then, like, I started overanalyzing and everything. So then I was like, 12 hours straight Friday, then come in again, 8 hours on Saturday, and then 7 hours on Sunday. I was like, that's literally so many hours in, like, one stretch. That's over 20 hours in 3 days that I was, like, not ready for. Maybe more. It was, like, close to 30 hours. I don't know. It was too many hours for me, like, consecutively. Because it's, like, early morning, late night, and then another early morning, and then another early morning. I was, like, somewhere in the bathroom before getting to security, and I go up to my one aunt, and I literally start crying. Because my aunts are my bosses, so then I literally start crying to her. And then, so then I was, like, bawling my eyes out. And then she was like, what's wrong? And I was telling her. So then, like, they got one girl to work on the morning, and then she worked for me, and then this whole thing. We figured it out, but, like, it was just so much, so they had, like, a mental breakdown in the airport. And then also what happened was our flight, so we had a layover at one point in Baltimore. So our second flight kept getting delayed. Originally we were supposed to leave, like, maybe, like, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, like, something like that. Maybe it was 11. And then it got pushed back to, like, 1 a.m. And then got pushed back again till the latest got pushed back was 3:40 in the morning. So we were like, fuck this. We go to, like, the counter, like, the little customer service counter, and we asked, like, the guy what was going on. And he called them, and so, like, the plane was coming from Denver, but the plane wasn't even in Denver yet. So it was still in Salt Lake City. So we're like, okay, fuck this. We're getting a hotel. We always get stuck in Baltimore every fucking time. So we got a hotel, the same hotel that we stayed at the last time we got stuck in Baltimore. And then after that, we stayed at the hotel, we got room service. And then the next morning, oh my fucking God, it was like another disaster. So we get there, our flight was like at 8 o'clock. We get there, it's like 7 o'clock. We didn't have luggage because they still had our luggage. And we have the dogs. We have 2 dogs. And they're puppies. And they don't do well in the carriers. So then my one aunt doesn't want to originally put them in like the carrier yet because they're going to have to take them out right like in like 10 minutes when we go to TSA. And then like they start barking like crazy because they see like the drug dog. And then we put them in the carriers, and originally the one guy was gonna let us through like that checkpoint, but then he made us walk all the way down to the other one. And then when we get there, the lady's like, oh, you have to go back down to the one we were just at. And we're like, no, the guy literally just told us to come here. And she's like, I know, but we're closed. Like, and she was so rude about it. So then my aunt was like asking her like what her name was, because she was gonna tell like the guy that like we just got sent back by her. And then she like let someone else go first, and then she let us go. And like we're like, just fucking say it nice. And then like, but when you start with like that attitude and being rude, like it's really not helpful. Like it's bad. Like they find like the bitchiest TSA officers. Like I don't know where they find TSA officers, but they're always so rude. Especially in like big airports. Like I get it. Like it's annoying telling people the same thing over and over again, but I know how to do it. Like I have to do it too. I have to tell the exact same fucking shit over to different people because people are stupid. But like, there was only one nice person. It was the TSA officer that was like letting us like scanning our IDs. That was it. It was so annoying. I was like, oh my God. Like, it was just adding to my stress. And I was like, oh my God, this is literally not the time to fucking do this. Please. I'm gonna fucking start bawling my eyes out right here. And, like, I was just very stressed out those 2 days. And then we get on the plane. And I sit, like, second row in between 2 random people. I'm like, oh, open seat. Because I knew we had to, like, sit in the middle anyway. So, like, oh, perfect. Front row. Practically front row. It was so nice. And then I was off the plane so nice and early. And then we got our luggage. And we're talking to this one person. And then, so the flight ended up going at midnight that night. And we're like, thank God. We were asleep by then. It was ridiculous. Like, I really hate Southwest so much. It's just so inconvenient. The only convenience about it is we have a small airport that flies it. So it's easy to go through security. But, like, I hate Southwest with a passion. Especially when there's a layover. Like, I really don't have the energy for it. Like, my aunt was talking to me and she's like, oh, why don't you get a Southwest credit card? I was like, I fucking hate Southwest. I get we always fly Southwest, but I will never fly Southwest by myself. Like, it's just a terrible airline, in my opinion. Like, it's the most chaotic, annoying fucking airline. It's the Spirit airline of the main, like, Delta, Southwest, like, not, like, the cheap airlines. Like, it's the expensive version of Spirit Airlines. Like, it's so uncoordinated. It's not that much higher up than Frontier or Spirit. Like, it really isn't. Like, I really hate Southwest so fucking much. Speaking of airline credit cards, though, I also hate, like, specific airline credit cards. Like, I like travel cards instead. Because I was getting a new credit card, and I was like, I don't want a specific airline. Because then it's, like, you're stuck to that airline. Like, I like the ones where you could use it towards literally any airline, and it's just points. Like, I'm like, that works for me. Sounds good. Oh, also, candy stores are so fucking expensive for no reason. So when I was away, I went to this one candy store because we were, like, on this thing called St. George's Street, and it's, like, just this street with no cars and a bunch of shops. And so we stopped, like, in this little, like, kind of mall, but it's not really a mall. And so there was a candy store. I was like, I want fucking candy. Like, this is the only place I'm going to be able to get it. I spent $20 on candy. I got a small bag of, like, Twizzlers, and then the ones that are really skinny Twizzlers that are, like, rolled up. Then I got a Nerds rope, which that itself was, like, $3. And then a thing of wax bottles and a Twix bar. And the Twix bar is still... I haven't eaten most of that candy. The Twix bar is literally melted. And so it's, like, very flat. Because it was in my backpack the last day when it was super hot and it was in the car. Oh my god, but I heard, like, so many people with southern accents there. And, like, because I was very thrown off because, like, the only times I've really ever been to Florida would be to go to, like, West Palm or to, like, go to, like, Disney. So, like, I didn't really, like, I haven't heard, like, so many southern accents in one place because I don't go to the fucking South. And this is still in my mind. So there's, like, 5 dogs. There's one Bichon poodle, one little fluffy white dog, which is, like, kind of like a Bichon. And then he kind of looks like a Maltese, but he's not. And then there was an Italian Greyhound, a pug, and then a Shih Tzu poodle. So we're walking with them, and then we're in, like, this Fountain of Youth park, and I hear one lady go, this is the exact voice she used too. She goes, they got the Greyhound, they got a pug, they got a poodle, they have the Heinz 57 of dogs over there. They got all them dogs. That was the exact way she said it. I was saying that to everyone. I loved doing a fucking southern accent. It was so fun. It was so fun. And we went to this old jail. And then the girl goes, jail processing time. Get over here, blah, blah, blah. Something like that. Like, but she goes, jail processing time. So then I was, like, taking a video. And then my cousin and I go, we're getting arrested. It was so funny. Like, I feel really bad if anyone's hearing this with that accent, but I'm sorry. It's just really fun to do. It really is. Like it's so fun. It's really fun. I've never heard that many people with, like, that kind of voice. I love you all. And I'm very excited to continue to talk to you. I'll see you guys. I promise I will see you next week. That's the only promise I'm making. I don't really know what we're going to talk about next week, and I can't promise anything else about it, but I'll be here. Will you? So if you have anything you guys want me to talk about too, just either put it in, like, the little spot under, if you're listening on Spotify, put it on the little spot underneath this episode, or DM me on Instagram, whatever you guys want. Let me know if you guys liked this episode. If you hated it, please give me all your opinion. All your opinion. Tell me what you think. Whatever you want to hear next. I'm excited. I love you guys. Mwah. Kisses. Yippee-ki-yay.